One of the biggest things that stops people from moving countries is knowing how they're going to support themselves when they get there. And this is actually one of the questions I get asked the most. How do I support myself? What do I do for work living here in Sardinia? And the truth is, it hasn't been straightforward at all. I actually haven't really talked about this properly before because for a long time it felt really uncertain. And honestly, I didn't feel like I'd found my feet yet. And if I'm being completely real, I'm still figuring it out. But I'm definitely closer than I was a year ago. Whenever you move abroad, there's always the dream and then there's always the reality. Sometimes, depending on the type of dreamer you are, this may not align with how you thought it would be. For many years now, I've been searching for a work life that has involved both freedom and flexibility. Back in 2015, I decided I no longer wanted to be a teacher in a classroom. And my situation led me to living in China for 5 years, working mostly for the British Council as an examiner. But I was still in education because I didn't really know what else to do. And that education pathway has been one I have been involved in, even here in Sardinia. But with each job I took, I noticed more freedom and more flexibility was coming to me. So for example, with the British Council job, I had flexible hours where I could choose the days that I wanted to work. But I was required to work a minimum per week. And I had to travel, which I really loved anyway. So it was starting to go in more of that direction of having more freedom and more flexibility, and I loved that. Then when COVID happened, everything went online. And so while I tried to start my own business, which didn't really go in the direction I wanted it to go, the fallback I had was still in education. I was tutoring online, and this is what I continued to do here in Sardinia when I first arrived. And honestly, if you want to live a life abroad or traveling, you need to be working remotely, working in person. It's not an option for you. So the job that I had as an online tutor, tutoring students for the IELTS exam, whilst it was an admirable job and I had so much experience and knowledge in the area, and I was helping so many fantastic humans get the score that they wanted on their test, I wasn't being compensated at a high enough rate for my time. So there was a lot of output and not much return, and it was hard to make ends meet. The work was fairly repetitive, and I'd been doing it for so long, and I just really didn't want to be in education anymore. So the low income, and I'm talking like $30 an hour, allowed me to just cover my bills. So I was slowly draining my savings. At this point, I was really doing something that I knew, not something that I wanted to do. But in terms of being remote and being flexible, it was ticking some of those boxes. So I continued to do it until I knew what my next step was. Now, don't get me wrong, there are definitely some cons when it comes to working remotely, and I'm sure most people have experienced some remote work, given that anyone who is on the planet today as a young person / adult has been through COVID. There can be a feeling of isolation or loneliness, and sometimes even a little bit of boredom, given that you stay at home all day. Because you're always online, the top half of you always looks much better than the bottom half. Oftentimes, I'm wearing my slippers on my feet, or pajama bottoms, or a pair of tracksuit pants. And that doesn't matter because you can still very efficiently and effectively do your job. However, it can impact the way you feel. When you go into work somewhere, of course, you're going to be meeting people, being around people, talking to people. In the case of living in Italy, I would be practicing my Italian every day. So as you can see, there are both pros and cons on both sides, whether you're working in person, in a location, or whether you're working remotely online. Now, working in person in some sort of business here in Italy, whilst I probably could find, let's say, a hospitality job, or better still, something in education, something I really don't want to do anymore. So obviously, when you're choosing what you want to do, you have to do something that you want. And education, for me, was done many, many years ago. As much as I know how much people would benefit from learning to speak English here, it is just not something that I want to do. But I digress. I knew I wanted out of education. The question was, what was the next step? Now, I moved to Sardinia in June of 2024. So I continued tutoring for several months, and in October, an ad popped up on Instagram. And so I saw this ad for something called the Empath Closing School. And I didn't really know all the details, but I was really, really drawn to it. And you know how when you see an ad and you're so inspired by it and so pulled towards doing it, you want to instantly take action? Well, that was me, except I held myself back, and rather than speaking to someone immediately, I delayed it for a few days, and I thought, just take a moment to see if this is what you want to do. And so I went through all of the material I could find over the next few days. I researched, I learned, I read, and the more that I learned, the more I was excited to be involved in it. And it's one of those things you can't really explain. When you feel pulled towards something, you just know that you have to do it. So I had the discovery call, I signed up for a training program, and the next day I began a new journey. And I must say, signing up with the Empath Closing School was one of the best choices that I ever made. However, it has been anything but easy. So I went through a training program with them. It took me about 4 to 5 months to become certified. I had to go through all of the learning content, join the live trainings, and then I had to start doing role plays. Once I felt like I was checking all the boxes, I then submitted a role play, and eventually I was certified. Now, I'm not going to lie, making that commitment, saying yes to that training program was not only one of the best decisions, but it was also one of the hardest decisions, because I was not in a good financial place at that point. But honestly, it was the thing that spoke the loudest to me, and for whatever reason, I just knew that I needed to do that. So that is what I chose to do. I chose to invest whatever money I had in the program and go all in. I was committed to the process, and can I just say, it has been an incredible journey of growth and has evoked many, many emotions in me, from frustration to worry and anxiety, to joy, to hope, to gratitude. But I guess that's what happens when you challenge yourself, right? You do something new. It's not ever straightforward and easy. Well, I guess it can be, but this definitely hasn't been for me. And so I've literally been doing this for the past 12 months, and I have worked with 3 different companies so far. And each company that I went to, I got closer and closer to feeling a greater level of alignment within that role, within that company. But none of those 3 roles fully aligned with me. There was always something amiss. It was always trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Or let's say an oval in a round hole. It was almost the right shape, but not quite the right shape. So right now, as of this past week, I have just started my 4th and hopefully final job. Now by final, I don't mean the last job I'll ever have, because let's be real, life is very unpredictable. But I feel very good about the position I'm in now, the company I'm working with now, and I feel very positive that this one is going to be the one that sticks. So I've just finished a week of training and I will start officially on Monday. So it's taken me a year to get here, but finally I have that alignment with a company, with a product, with people that feels really, really good. So what online, flexible job am I doing? I'm working in high-ticket remote sales, which means selling products or programs anywhere from $5,000 upwards. Now, these are not typical sales. These are not sleazy sales. As I said, I was trained with the Empath Closing School, and that is what we do. We guide people through a transformational conversation. We help them to make life-changing decisions. We help them to decide if they are ready to move forward with something that they have wanted to do for so long, but have always been so afraid to do. And isn't it funny that that's what I've chosen to do right now? Because that is something that I literally chose to do when I moved here. It's also something I chose to do when I signed up for the training program. So I know what it means to feel a deep sense of fear about something you really want to do, and feeling very confused and stuck, not knowing which way to turn or how to make it happen. And so if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm talking about obviously deeper things in life right now, but that is also what my job involves. And it's really very cool to have conversations with people on that level. So from that, you've probably understood that the leads that we get are warm leads. There is no cold calling here. These are all people coming to us wanting what we have, and we are simply facilitating that decision-making process. There's no pushing, there's no hard sell. This is just guiding with empathy and understanding. But you do need to be that person who holds the mirror up in someone's face and just shows them what it is that they need to see about themselves. And hopefully, if they have the courage, if they can overcome their fears, then they will make a life-changing decision. So it's pretty cool that I get to be a part of that every day. But it's even cooler when you find something that aligns with you. The company I'm working for is all about mindset, right? It's health, well-being, and mindset. As someone who deeply believes in the power of the mind, as difficult as I find it to have control over my own mind, it's something that I know is really very important to learn, because the only things we have control of are the things that we think, the things that we feel, and the actions that we take. So this choice to move into high ticket remote sales has forced a lot of personal growth within myself. Because when you get on calls and you have conversations with people, if you hold any limiting beliefs, it influences how you speak to that person on the other end of the line. So you have to learn to overcome yourself and all of your limiting beliefs to do a role like sales. So I've really had to build a lot of resilience, and there is a fair amount of repetition and intensity and energy required for this role. So I've really had to learn how to manage that, and that's been challenging too. So to be completely transparent, last year for me was a year of dipping my toe into a new career that I have never done before. Trying to understand the psychology of people, learning how to improve how I communicate, how I talk to people, how I listen, how I ask questions, how I respond. And because I have not found a job in the last year that has been in alignment with me, and I have gone from job to job to job, which I've been totally blessed to have all of those experiences, because they were all unique and they were all, like I said, one step closer to finding exactly what I wanted. I had a really tough year, especially financially. And you see how when someone steps into something they're aligned with, it just works out. The very first job I went into, I had other people from within the training school that I was in join me in that role, and they took off and their earning potential was through the roof, whereas mine was just doing this because it wasn't right for me. Every time I got on those calls, you could feel in your body that you're like, ugh, I don't fully believe in this. I don't think it's worth this much. I don't see the value in this. And that was hugely problematic. And you cannot sell something you don't believe in. So I've been scraping by, but I'm still here. And now I've just started this new job, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. Because when something is in alignment with you, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. And whilst I won't share with you the story of how I got this role, if you believe in God, you would say that God presented this job to me. That the past 12 months was my preparation to get this job, that I wasn't ready a year ago. And that's why it wasn't presented a year ago. So I'm very much of the belief that this is going to unfold very positively for me. So while I'm still figuring it all out, I'm very excited, very nervous, trying to just trust that the guidance has guided me here. So I'm meant to be here. This is the next step in my journey. It won't be forever. Nothing's forever. But I'm very excited to see what this brings. Thank you for being here. If you stayed to the end of this video, I want you to know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you even if you didn't stay to the end, of course. You can see the sun has gone down here, so I'm going to wrap it up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I love it when you comment. I reply to every single comment. So please share your thoughts, and just know that if you choose to move to another country, whilst you don't have to work in high-ticket remote sales, There are many, many remote jobs you can be doing. You just have to trust and you have to know that the right one is going to find you. Or maybe you're already doing something, not in a remote capacity or partly remotely. And should you choose to move abroad, know that you can take that online 100%. Of course, if you go to a non-English speaking country, you can always teach English if you really want to. If you have specific questions, please do comment below so that I know exactly what sort of content you're wanting from me. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you un bacio da me, dalla Sardegna. Ciao ciao.